So here we have an angle, a side, and an angle. What we look for is that angle and opposite side pairing. So there is no angle opposite side pairing. However, anytime we have three pieces of information, we probably can solve this triangle. So in this case here, because the triangle adds up to 360 degrees, I know that this angle here must be 70 degrees. Okay, because this has to add up to 360. So now I have my angle and opposite side pairing. This is what I need to apply sine law. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up my sine law ratio. So 15 over sine of 70 degrees is equal to, and that is my angle and opposite side pairing. Now this one it happens to be isosceles, so we could probably simplify this problem and say that this side is 15, and we only have that other side here, which we'll call side B. We only have this side and angle, opposite side pairing to solve for. And so I'll set up my sine ratio. Again, I need to use the sine because the 40 degrees and 70 degrees are different measures. They're not they're not related to length, and there's no math that we can connect the 40 degrees to the 15. However, sine 40 and that side B and side length of 15 can be connected together. So there's my sine law. Solving for side B, I'm going to end up with sine of 40 degrees times 15 over sine of 70 degrees. Okay, and that calculation will help me calculate the length of side B. So I put in my calculator sine 40 times 15 divided by sine of 70 degrees. Okay, so I get side B is 10.26. Okay, so that length is 10.26. That looks about right. Okay, I've now solved for all the angles and sides of this triangle. So that triangle is solved. This one here, I have angle, side, side. I have this angle. And unlike the other one where it looked like we can form two triangles, this one here, because this side is longer than this side, we can't orient that side, because remember this angle's fixed. We can't change the position of that side to make a different triangle. So this is only one triangle that can be formed. So let's see how we solve this. So again, what do we look for? We look for an angle and opposite side pairing. That means sine law. Okay, so I can set up my ratio. I'm going to call this side or angle B. Okay, so there's angle B. So I'm going to do sine of angle B over side 5 is equal to sine of 50 degrees over the opposite side of 11. And that known side angle opposite ratio will allow me to solve this triangle. So putting this into my calculator, I end up with sine of angle B works out to be 5 times sine 50 divided by 11. 5 sine 50 divided by 11 gives me 0.348. So sine of angle B is 0.348. Again, use 3 decimals if you can. I need to solve for this angle B. So angle B, I undo the angle using the opposite or inverse sign. So my input is my ratio. Okay, my output is my angle. So I do the inverse sine of that angle. I end up with 20.377. So 20.3 8 degrees. Okay, so that angle here is 20.38 degrees. I have two sides of the right triangle. I can solve for that third side by using 180 minus the 50 degrees minus the 20.38 degrees I just calculated in here. Okay, so 0.38 degrees. And I end up with 109.62 degrees, okay, in there. So then I can solve for the last side. I'll call side C. Okay, solving for side C, again, we set up our ratio C over the side and angle opposite go together in the ratio. Okay, and then we put it together with the known side and opposite angle ratio. Okay, so that's our known one. That's the one that's given to us at the very beginning. Okay, so that allows me then to solve for side C. So I end up with 11 times sine of 109.62 degrees divided by sine of 50 allows me to solve for side C. And so that side C in this case, 11 okay, so I end up with 13.525, so I'm going to round that to 13.53. So 13.53 is the side length, and that's, again, you may be off by a little bit because of the rounding, but that's not a problem. If you're if you're in that range, that is good enough. So there it is. So I've solved for the unknown side, two angles here using sine law, and found the unknown third side there using sine law as well. So just making sure that I indicate all those different parts that I've solved for. Okay, that 109 degrees here and here. These are the three unknown parts I solved for given the three parts that I started.